All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and go over our conclusion of the range finding binocular comparison test. So as you can see, we had 7 targets, varying ranges from 500 out to 2,500 yards. They ranged from Iron Maiden targets up to probably 8 foot by 8 foot Connex boxes. Some of them were white, some of them were tan, some of them were green, some were varying in colors. Okay. First, we started with our control group, which was that Leupold RX 2800. We used it in regular daylight conditions, rainy conditions, and foggy conditions. You can see here it performed relatively well in the foggy and regular conditions, but it was kind of limited in its ability during rainy conditions. Kind of expected to see something like that, but that's why we also chose it for our baseline for the rest of the evaluation. All right, getting into the Leicas. So the Leica Geovid Pros are a brand new laser range finding bino on the market right now. Most people just don't even have them yet because this particular model, especially with this being the 10 by 32 or 10 by whatever, the 10 power version, those specifically are brand new to the market. They've only been available for the last few months. During the foggy and daylight conditions, the Leicas perform exceptionally. The image quality was amazing, as was probably expected from most Leica products, and the laser rangefinder was more than adequate. It was able to range every single target that was out there. As we transition over into the rainy conditions, though, that's where we found some limitations. What I was showing you there in that video was that the Leica did seem to be one of the slower of the laser range-finding binos. It's probably just whatever processor they have in there. It did take a while to cycle when it was showing the range and then the data, whether it's a ballistic solution. But going into the rainy conditions, as you can see here, it was very limited in its ability to range targets past about 882 yards. This was a trend, as you will be able to see going forward. Some rangefinders did better than others, but most rangefinders were having a lot of difficulty ranging these types of targets at past 882 yards. As you can see here, the Vortex Furies. These I thought were one of the lesser quality binos kind of overall. I thought the image quality wasn't very good, and they didn't do very well, as you can see here, during the foggy conditions at all. They were almost unable to range anything past 882 yards. What you cannot see there is that 2,500 yard target. It actually was only able to range that target 2 out of 5 times that we attempted it. The only reason we knew that it actually had ranged that target is because we had successfully ranged that target with other range finding binos and knew that when it returned a distance to us that was that target. The rest of the time it just didn't return anything. And as with the rest of the binos, the range finding binos, it did not return anything past 882 yards. Now the Sig Kilos, those were kind of the shining star during this evaluation. The optical quality was slightly limited, as one could probably expect from a rangefinder in this price range, but it did exceptionally well during all of the foggy and daylight condition ranging, and then it also did exceptionally well during the rainy conditions. What you will see is most noted is that it did better than the Vortex, the control group, Leupold, and the Leica Bino in those rainy conditions. Moving on to the Sig Kilo 10Ks, those are probably the most powerful laser rangefinder. They have the most comprehensive suite of features of all these laser rangefinding binos. They also probably have the most thought out processor, or I should say powerful processor, and kind of thought out set of features out of all the devices. That being said, we didn't really see any kind of performance out of those that was really all that better than those particular 3Ks. So that being said, there was a feature quality gain with the Sig 10Ks. I don't necessarily expect that in the extended ranges, the 10Ks wouldn't have done better than the 3Ks, but at the ranges for the targets that we had, just the Sig Kilo 3Ks and Sig Kilo 10Ks were able to range all the same targets under all the exact same conditions. Now, biggest differentiator between those two different devices is the software and the features that are available between the 3K and the 10K. All right, so there you have it, guys. That's our wrap up on our laser range finding bino comparison. We didn't really give a winners and losers. We just wanted to provide to you the information that we found, and then allow you to assess that and determine what's going to be the best for you going forward. All right, as always, thanks. Stay tuned. Follow us on social media. Like this video. Share it all over the place. And we're going to have some more laser range finding binos coming in soon. So expect us to continue to develop this evaluation and provide you more downrange feedback as time goes on. All right, thanks.